Next up in parallel lines, we're going to be identifying and naming the different angles. Okay, so parallel lines, as we all know, are lines with the same slope and different y-intercept. And like we know, parallel lines never touch. All right, symbolically, you'll see them like this, okay? And that means they'll be going the same way. If you see one that only has one line, that's okay. So these symbols are just letting you know that lines are parallel. Now, transversal is the line that intersects, cuts the parallel lines, and it makes a total of 8 angles, okay? Now, parallel lines are very easy in finding angle measures because either angle A plus angle B equals 180, so they're either supplementary, or angle A equals angle B, or congruent to angle B. So they're either congruent or supplementary. So you will always use one of these two equations for parallel lines. What I'm going to tell you, if you have an obtuse angle, it's equal to every other obtuse angle on the parallel lines. If you have acute angles, they're equal to every other acute angle. If you have an obtuse angle and an acute angle, then they're supplementary. Okay. So down here we want to create bubble maps for congruent pairs of angles and the other for supplementary pairs of angles for parallel lines. So supplementary, again, there's a bunch of them here. So we could say angle 1 and angle 2, right? Angle 1 is my acute, angle 2 is my obtuse. Another pair could be angle 3, angle 4, again, acute, obtuse. So they don't have to necessarily be right by each other either, right? So I'm just trying to look for angles that aren't the same size. So angle 4, that's my obtuse angle, and then angle 7, because that's my acute. Congruent, on the other hand, we want angles that are either both obtuse or both acute. So I'll post a handful of these. So angle 2 is obtuse, so a vertical angle to 2 would be 4. And we know vertical angles are congruent. We could also say angle 5, and it's acute, so angle 3. We could say angle 1, angle 3. We could say angle 8 and angle 2. Say angle 6 and angle 4. All right, all of these are options. Next thing we want to do is start naming parallel lines and their angles, or naming the angles of parallel lines. What I suggest you do is save corresponding for last, just my preference. So then we can have either alternate interior or alternate exterior or same side interior or same side exterior, vertical or adjacent angles. When it comes to naming them, the first adjective, so like alternate or same side, talks about the relation of the angles to the transversal. So alternate just means opposite side of transversal. Same side is exactly what it says. So same side, so the angles are on the same side of transversal. And then interior, exterior for both of these. Deals with the angles relation to parallel lines. All right, so what I like to do is mark my transversal every time. So in example 1, it's the line that touches. So my options are either I'm going to go same side or alternate. So X and Y are on the same side, both on the right-hand side of this line. So I know they're not alternate. And then interior or exterior. If the angles are interior, they're both inside, okay? So they would both be inside the parallel lines. If it's exterior, they would both be on the outside. If they're not both on the inside, or if they're not both on the outside, they're corresponding, okay? So X is inside, Y is outside. So because they're not both inside, they're both not exterior, they are just simply corresponding angles. Okay, so same side, one's inside, one's outside, means they're corresponding. All right, so number 2, same side or alternate, and then interior, exterior. Again, highlight my transversal. It's the line that touches. They're on the same side, so they're not alternate. Y is inside, X is outside, so they're not both. So that means this is also a corresponding pair of angles. All right. Here, I try and trick you. Let me actually wait, and we'll come back to 3. 4, again, same side, alternate, and are they both interior or exterior? Highlight my transversal. So they're both on the same side. Y is inside, X is inside. So these are same side, interior. Okay. Again, same side, alternate. Are they both interior, exterior, or corresponding? I like to highlight my transversal, mark my angles. They're on, Y is on the right, X is on the left, so these are alternate. Y is inside, X is inside, so these would be called alternate interior. All right, so I said I would come back to the ones with more lines than really what you need. Now, the reason people make these is to, try and confuse you. What I like to do is trap my angle, right? And the way I do that is I just make an arc. And I make an arc on both of my angles. All right, so if you notice, the arc touches at two places. And these are going to be my lines that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in this line, and now the line that touches is my transversal. And from here, I just answer these questions again. So X and Y are both on the same side, so they're not alternate. X is inside the orange lines. Y is outside, so these are not both inside or interior exterior, so therefore they are corresponding. All right. For number 6, again, what I like to do is trap my angle, put a dot on the lines they touch. I can see my transversal. So your transversal is going to be the line that both of the angles share a dot with. And then your parallel lines are going to be the one that only one dot touches. Again, I answered the following questions. In relationship to the transversal, they're both on the same side or alternate. Y is on the left, X is on the right, so they're alternate. Y is exterior or outside, X also outside, so these are alternate exterior. And I'll do one more. It's number 8. Trap my angles. Put dots on it. My transversal is the line that both of these, that has 2 dots. My actual parallel lines are the ones that only has 1 dot. Followed up by answering this question. They're both on the right hand side, so they're same side. Y is inside, X is inside, so they're both interior. So I would name them as same side, interior angles. In the next video, we'll actually talk about the relationships of these angles and their measurements.